Hey guys, back in the garage again, working on scraps. Game plan for today, I want to actually take down the rest of this headliner. I'll take the seat belts out, all these clips on that side there, and we'll take these visors out, the mirror right there, and get it ready to put a new headliner in. I'm hoping we can get the headliner in today. Like I say, I'm no expert in any of this stuff. I'm just a guy in the garage doing cool shit. But I think we can do it. We've done a few of them in here already, and they came out okay, knock on wood. So I'm thinking if we could bang that out today, and tomorrow, like I say, it's going to be a short day. So if we could just get the headliner done today, that'd be great. And tomorrow is when I'll start cranking on this car. I just had a few things that I had to take care of. And we're going to probably shift gears on this car in how it's going to look. All right, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I do love the Copo look. I absolutely love this look. But I'm thinking maybe just change it up a little bit, but we'll see. I just have to look into a couple other things. And that's pretty much it. I'm just hoping today we could just bang this out and see how it looks. Alrighty, enough babbling. Let's get to work. Alrighty. Get started on this. You've had one of those days you just can't get moving? Today's that day. I'll pull these clips out. I'll take these off. These I won't put these back on, but I'll put the screws back in. This way when I put the headliner in, all you do is you feel around and you can actually feel the screw underneath the headliner so you know where these screws go. No, put them in maybe halfway. Because I can't tell you how many times I forget to put the screws in. And then, like right now, I could feel the screw behind there. What you do is you just push it through. Like this will come through really easy. But normally you could just either push it through and stick the screwdriver on there. And they'll run right out. So, just try if you can when you put a headliner in. Try to put the screws back in. It'll make it so much easier for you when you go to install these clips. They say these I'll just take. I'll put these in a Ziploc bag. I'll put these back in. I'll do the same with the visors too. I'll do the same with the visors. Let's take this out. Should have taken this down a while ago. All right. I'll take these out. I want to show you something here. Let me just get this right here. I'm going to show you how to take those lap belts out. They have these clips that cover the bolts. I'll show you in 1 second. I just want to put this back so I don't forget. All right. Oh. Sorry about that. All right. These clips right here, let me see. Probably, where's my flashlight? Hold on 1 second. Let me just get a flashlight on here so you can see. All right. This right here, they're a pain to take off. And a lot of times they're usually so brittle. This one came off easy. And I'll show you. The top, it loops over. So really the best way is to just take this and turn it. All right, you see the screws in there? There's one here. There's one on the other side too. I think they're 1/2 inch. I'm not sure, but let me see if I can. I just gotta put the phone down. Hold on 1 second. All right, you know what? Make sure you can see. All right. Let me bring you inside. Maybe this will be a little bit better. All right. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that clip, once I take this off, I'll show you. Because you don't want to break this. Like, watch me break it. You kind of just got to feed the seatbelt back through. just to get to these bolts right here. I think they're half inch. Hold on. Let's see if we can get that off. This is what they look like. All right, this cover right here, this is pretty much it. It's got like a hinge right here, but you got to be careful because these things are usually so brittle. When you go to take them off, they just break. So that's pretty much how it goes. It's like that. I'm going to toss these bolts back in. Like I said, I don't want to lose the spot where they were. And I'll do the same on the other side. Then I'll get those visors out. Let's see. We got all this here. We got this out. All right. Can you see? All right. We'll do the visor. And we'll just clean this all up. We'll get it ready to put the top on. Take this off over here, and I think oh boy. And then just toss the screws back in. We gotta pull this front trim off. I forgot about that. Oh. Let's get this out of here. Just a lot of little screws. Oh boy. I'm gonna get this out too. Let me show you what I'm finding. Can you see? Okay. Here we go. Oh, look at this. I should have taken this out before we sent it out to paint so I didn't have to deal with the mess when it came back. But I forgot. That's not that I forgot, actually. I think I think we just ran out of time. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I can't stress it to you enough. Make sure you put these screws back in, because it just makes it so much harder when you can't find the screws. There we go. Get this off now. This has a little piece right across that connects these two. Try not to break it if you can. I mean, if you break it, you break it. You know, you can still put it back together, but it just gives you that finished look on the outside. I guess if you're looking for it, you probably won't even notice it, but try to keep it on there if you can. Try not to break it. Okay. All right. We just have this one to take out. You know, this is going to take us forever. So what I'm thinking about doing, so let me set you up over here. All right. Here we go. All right, guys, I just want to stop and show you where we are. You see where these bows are? Bows, they clip into here. These are all out. They probably came out when I was pulling on them. But these, they slide back and forth. And this clips into it, right there. Same deal here. What I do, let me show you. I'll mark where each one was in. On there. There. And here. So I know which one to put it, which hole to put it back into. And I gotta be honest with you, I've done a couple. And I honestly don't remember them being in. A lot of times I'll see them all in the front, you know, or on top. They always seem like they're in a different spot every time I go to do a headliner. Not that I've done a lot, but I try to pay attention to that because I want to make sure that they go back in the right place. And I got to tell you, a different spot every time. So I guess it all depends on who the person was installing it that day. And from what I remember, when they did the headliners in these cars, the cars were empty, so they flipped the car upside down while it was running through the assembly line. The car was actually upside down, and then they put the headliner in while it was upside down. So I guess that's why they were able to get it done so fast. And then it's got this one bar that runs in right here. Runs all the way across. Oh, and that's what you'll hang the headliner on to hold it in place as you're slowly starting to work the headliner in. So I'll show you as we go along. The little bit that I know I'll show. But they don't seem too hard at all to put in. They really don't. You see these rods right here? You got to sand them down. Make sure they're nice and clean. And you'll see why. When you go to slide it in the new headliner, they fight you all the way through it. And if there's any grittiness on it or anything like that, it just catches on everything. And it can be nothing but frustration trying to get the bar through the other side. So I just wanted to show you real quick what we were doing. And, you know, just marking these. I put all the screws back in. All these here and there. Those. All around. You know, you put them all in. This way you know. Like, you could just feel for them and know exactly where the holes are. You stick the Phillips head, use the screw gun. And you push it into the Phillips head. And when you spin it out, it just kind of tears the top to where the screw just comes out, so you know where every hole is, instead of trying to find the holes after you put the headliner in. So I just wanted to stop, show you where we are. Now we're going to truck along and hopefully get this headliner in. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I just want to show you something. These bars are different sizes. 2 of them are the same, and the other 2 are different. All right, I labeled them. This is the front of the car. The first one is 46.5. The second one, 46.5. This one right here, this is the center one. And this center one has like a tape, like a paper wrapped all the way around it. If it's good, leave it on because it'll make it so much easier to slide the bar in. But if it's kind of deteriorating and things like that, just take it right off and clean it up because it'll do nothing but fight you. So this is the center. The third one is 49 inches. And the last one is 48.5. So just to give you an idea, they are different in sizes. And, you know, so you want to kind of make sure that they go back in place. So that's why I wanted to show you the different sizes right here. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the centerpiece, this one right here. I'm going to slide it through the headliner. And then I'm going to hang the headliner on that one rod that goes across. So you'll see the front draping down and the back draping down. I just want to tell you, just kind of give you an idea what you're going to see. So instead of, like, I know you're going to look at it going, what is he doing with that headliner? So, like I say, doing headliners, I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to do them. And you know, I guess I get lucky, you know, they come out okay. So we'll see, you know, time will tell in a minute. So, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the box. It's usually all folded up. Here and here. That's when a heat gun comes in pretty handy, because when we put this headliner in, it's going to have some little creases here and there. They'll eventually disappear, but it'll probably take a good time out in the sun. When the car gets nice and hot inside, then you'll slowly start to see those creases disappear, if there's any creases in there. So, you know, I just, like I say, I'm self-taught with this, and they come out okay. To me, I don't find these things extremely difficult to install. I mean, you know, if we can hang a quarter panel, we have to be able to do a headliner. Alrighty. So I'm gonna get started on that, but I just wanted to stop and show you because I've had a few people ask me when I do a headliner to show them the little bit that I know, and I just wanted to make sure that I showed you the lengths of the rods going back and forth. And the one center, like I say, a lot of times that rod right there, the center, it's usually all dried out. And, you know, which actually, I have to say, even the shoulder straps for the seatbelts up top there, they weren't even dried out, which is kind of weird. Normally, they're just, I guess the sun just kills them. But I guess since it's been sitting since 88, it was inside. So I guess the sun really didn't get a chance to bake it. So enough babbling. Let's hit this. All right. I'm going to slide the center one in. Sometimes they fight, sometimes they go right in. This really isn't fair. I have to be honest with you. They generally don't go in this easy. I'm trying to find the center. I marked the center on here. Like if you look, I marked the center on that. And I'll show you why as soon as I get this in here. Give me 1 second. These usually fight you all the way through. That's why the cleaner you can make this rod, the easier it'll slide through. And I'm sure there's a lot of upholstery guys that have like a trick to do it. But like I say, I'm not an upholstery guy. Yeah, you see this generally fights you a lot more than what it's fighting right now. So like I say, this isn't fair because sometimes if you see the struggles that I go through sometimes with these, then you'd be like, wow, you got really lucky with that. And I know it right now, we're super lucky with this. And I try to find center. When I do this, you know, I'll put my hand on one side, and I know I gotta go further. It's not an exact number. You want to get it as close as you can, because you're going to end up trimming a lot of it away. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what happens with this one. All right. Like I say, I'm sure there's a way to do this that's so much easier. Well, I'm not saying that this is hard right now. I tell you, I think one of the reasons why this is going on, because I clean these pretty good. I use the wire, the grinder with the wire wheel on it. I keep looking over there. You guys are over there. I'm sorry. I think that's one of the reasons why this is going on so easy. About right there. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we got the front two in. We got the center bar in. Now it's the next bar, the 49. So that's this one here. I'm telling you, every time you guys are around, I'm always, you guys bring me a lot of luck. Thank you. Because this isn't fighting at all. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Think let me throw that in there. Like I say, you don't have to be exact, because you're going to trim a lot of this away. All right, now we got the last one. 48 and a half. These are the things I love doing during the summer, when I can open up the garage door on a nice sunny day Even do it in the bed of my truck. It's just, it's nice. It's outside. So I really can't wait for the nice weather to come around. Which reminds me of something. You remember last year when you said you guys would get your car on the road this year? This year's here. So hopefully you guys will get your cars out. All right. Now let me move you guys over. I didn't forget to show you why I put the center on there. I'll show you in a minute. I just want to get this in place. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me show you how they tip. Thank goodness I'm a small guy. Alrighty. Alrighty. Do you remember the rod that I was telling you about that went across the center here? Those are those little metal nubs that were sticking out, the little metal pins right there. They're all around here. So you take them, you hook this onto that, and then you bend it up so it doesn't come off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. All right, and you can see it. All right, now you know what? Center right here. This should put me right around there. And what I do is when I slide this bars in here, I'll cut a little this away and I'll cut a little bit of that away. So the bar is showing, and then I take that bar and I clip it into here. The reason is, for me, is I generally glue the back, I let it dry. Then I go to the front and I pull it forward and I let it dry. But as I pull it back, I kind of pull it back and kind of spread it out a little bit towards the outer parts of the car, nice and even. I don't go crazy, you just keep the tension like you're kind of spreading it apart as you come across the back here. Then I pull it to the front, I do the same thing. And once that's done, so it's secured in the front, it's secured in the back. And I'm going to show you as we do it, but I just want to tell you what I'm going to do. So it'll be secured in the front, secured in the back. And then what I do is I jump on this side or this side, it doesn't matter. The left side or the right side. You tug on it, and then you slowly start tucking it in all the way around. When you get one side done, then you go to the other side, and then you pull on it. And when you cut this away here, it allows this to move back and forth a little bit without getting, once you clip, if you leave this on here and you clip it on here, it won't move anywhere. So that somebody taught me. That wasn't something that I thought of. I'd like to take the credit. He's like, Al, he's like the headliner will slide around a little easier for you, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to install it. So I figured, I'll tell you guys, that's what he told me. So, I mean, this is like I say, this is all self-taught, but I mean, you're not picking up heavy things. The hardest part is trying to like just, what I'm doing now, just sitting in here. You know, that's the biggest pain. But, you know me, I could babble all day. Let's get to work on this. Here we go. All right, so we have this hanging here. And this is the reason why. On this slot right here, I can just clip this right into here. Oh boy. And it'll let the top slide a little bit back and forth to like fine tune it and try to get it as tight as you can. So, like I say, somebody taught me that trick, and it seems to work pretty good. So, and also here, this is going to have to get cut back a little bit. I already know that. I'm going to set it in place, and then we'll see if we got to trim it back a little or not. So, I'll do the first one here, and then the same on the other side. So, if I have to trim it back, I can still get to it. Because if I put them both up, then I can't get to that one back there. Alrighty, because I've made the mistake so many times. Alrighty, I'm going to put the phone down, and then we're just going to toot along, okay? Here we go. hold on a second before we go. I cut this out already. I put the slice right in the middle of the back screw and the front screw. The slice is right there, and then I just push the wires through. All right, and then when you get the dome light in this car, it was all dry. That was actually, it wasn't dried out. It was just very discolored. So rather than, it's gonna have a brand new headliner, why put in the old, you know, like cloudy dome light in, you know? So I just broke it off and just threw it in the garbage. It was no good, you know? It's, once it gets to the point to where it's all discolored and everything, I just throw it out. It doesn't even pay to keep it, because you go through the whole trouble of putting one of these tops in, you know, a headliner, and you put an old dome light in, it just kind of takes away from the look. But alrighty, now we get tooting along. Here we go. No, big mistake. This has got to go in. Always put the sides in first. I make that mistake all the time too. I get too anxious and I want to clip it in. There we go. Now it should pop right in. There we go. That's one. I just want to see how it's going to tuck in here. All right. I want to show you something. All right. This right here is going to have to get trimmed back a little bit. And on that side too. Every one of them. And I'm going to show you the reason why. I can only pull that down on this so far. So, you know, this is already pulled to the end of that rod. So now I got to trim it back so I can pull it even further over. Same with that side. It's hard to see, but you know, you definitely have to trim this back so you have more, so you can pull this further over to get it nice and tight. All right, so I just want to stop and show you that. Okay, back to work. Now be able to get a nice stretch on both sides. All right, this one. Trim a little bit away, not a lot. I'll show you. Okay. About that much. Almost to that spot right there. Almost to here, just a little shy. This way you can just tug on this a little bit and just pull the headliner nice and tight. All right, because I've made that mistake plenty of times too. You know, why couldn't get, why I'm like fighting him. I'm like, why can't it go any tighter? It's because it was already bottomed out against this. All righty, so I just want to try to show you the best I can, the little that I know. Okay, all righty, here we go. Oops. Sorry, guys. That'll work. All right, I'm gonna jump in the back. I'll be right back. It's almost done. No, not really. But it's almost done. All right. All right, guys. I just want to stop, and I got to tell you, I have to confess to something. When I put this headliner in, when it was first hanging there, straight across right here, I put it in backwards. I didn't videotape it because I was so frustrated. I do it every time. And I always try to remind myself, hey, dummy, don't put it in backwards. And I do it every time. This is what I did. You see this right here? The measurement from here to here is almost twice the length of that one down. And the reason for it is it covers this span all the way out to here. And you'd think I would know. The front of it's round and the back of it's square. I do it every time. I always put, I don't know why, I always put the square side to the front. So when I laid it out here on the floor, I had it backwards. So I had to take it back out, change the rods around, and put the rods back in again to get this right here. I'm sorry I didn't videotape it, but I was so frustrated. I just wanted to hurry up and switch it around and get it in here so we can get this done. So, but I had to admit to you, I put it in wrong the first time. I do it every time, but I guarantee you now, I don't do it wrong again. But I just wanted to show you that in case you go to put it in, you're like, wait a minute, it doesn't reach the other end. It's like, now I remember, Al. Yeah, yep, he always makes that mistake. So I'm just trying to show you the little bit that I know and the mistakes that I make, okay? So now let's see if we can get this in. I want to show you something, actually. This is a spray adhesive that I usually use. It's 1081. This stuff works great. I couldn't get it. They were, I guess, out of stock. So I ended up getting this right here. I heard it's supposed to be pretty good. I'm not promoting anybody's brand. I'm really not. These are some of the things that I've used that help me get these jobs done without really getting overly frustrated, I guess. So I'm going to try this for the first time. I heard it's pretty good. So we'll see, okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to jump in the back of the car in there. I'm going to grab, I just laid this down really quick, and I got cardboard right here. And when I'm in the car, I'll just put this here so I don't get any overspray on any of the paint or anything like that. So just be careful not to get any overspray on the car. But I just wanted to stop and show you the mistakes that I make. And let's keep plugging away at this. Here we go. All right, guys. It's a little tight back here. I'm so glad the glass isn't here. What I'll do is I'll run a mark just to give me an idea of where to spray. There. So pretty much right over here. I'll put these marks on here just so I'll use a Sharpie just so I'm not like spraying blindly. So let's see what we could do with some of this right here. It's so much easier with the black glass out. Oh, that's not good. Nothing like getting your face right in this. Because this stuff really smells really bad. I'll just shoot. Wow, this stuff smells a lot worse than the other stuff, I tell you that. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm just as curious as you guys on how this is going to come out. Oh. All right. Now, honestly, you just give that about 5 minutes to get nice and tacky and stuff, and then as soon as you apply it to as soon as you apply those two pieces together, let me show you something actually. This trim piece right here, it's the same in the front too. This piece, this comes out. Oh no. Oh. All right, this piece right here, that piece comes out. It's actually got these clips that actually let it slide around, but if you don't have the clips, I use sheet metal. I use these screws right here, self-tappers, and they'll hold that track in. It's 3 pieces in the back. It's a piece that comes up here, one that goes across, and another one that comes down. And on the front, it's got this piece right here and that one right there. So, you know, it's just little things here and there that I'm just trying to show you, I guess, as I see it. I don't want to assume anything. You know, if I could show you, if I know it, I'll show you. If I don't know it, I'll say, hey, I don't know. Okay, so we're giving that a couple minutes to dry. So as that's getting nice and tacky, we'll just, I guess I'll be right back. Alrighty. All right, guys. It's a little tight back here. I'm so glad the glass isn't here. What I'll do is I'll run a mark just to give me an idea of where to spray. There. So pretty much right around here. I'll put these marks on here just so I'll use a Sharpie just so I'm not like spraying blindly. So let's see what we could do with some of this right here. It's so much easier with the black glass out. Oh, that's not good. Nothing like getting your face right in this. Because this stuff really smells really bad. I'll just shoot. Wow, this stuff smells a lot worse than the other stuff, I tell you that. So we'll see how it goes. I think I'm just as curious as you guys on how this is going to come out. Oh. You just give that about 5 minutes to get nice and tacky and stuff, and then as soon as you apply it to as soon as you apply those two pieces together, let me show you something actually. This trim piece right here, it's the same in the front too. All right, this piece right here, that piece comes out. It's actually got these clips that actually let it slide around, but if you don't have the clips, I use sheet metal. I use these screws right here, self-tappers, and they'll hold that track in. It's 3 pieces in the back. It's a piece that comes up here, one that goes across, and another one that comes down. And on the front, it's got this piece right here and that one right there. So, you know, it's just little things here and there that I'm just trying to show you, I guess, as I see it. I don't want to assume anything. You know, if I could show you, if I know it, I'll show you. If I don't know it, I'll say, hey, I don't know. Okay, so we're giving that a couple minutes to dry. So as that's getting nice and tacky, we'll just, I guess I'll be right back. Alrighty. All right, I'm back. This should be pretty tacky right now. So we'll see what we can do with it. Oh yeah. Oh shoot. There we go. It holds pretty well, the glue. But what I do, if I can get this out right here, I'll take, it's wind laced. Use it on the doors and everything like that. They come in long strips. So I'll take these and I'll pop these in here just to hold it for me. It's like an extra set of hands. And I'll show you in a second what they look like. I buy like, you know, I just had my parts guy, I called him up. I'm like, hey, you have any wind lace? He's like, sure. I said, I need about 2.5 feet of it. So that's what I got, roughly about 2.5 feet. So I'm hoping, I had a ton of it, and I saved it just for this, and I can't find it. So it's like I say, it's an extra set of hands for you, and it really helps you out just to hold this for you. And you don't have to go crazy, like you don't have to really rush. Because when you set it up on this glue will hold it, it seems like. You know, this glue is new to me. I use the other stuff, that 1081 stuff. But this seems pretty decent. You know. Oh, I see why. Hold on. I see why I can't get that. It's bent. So let's fix that. And all this will get trimmed away. There we go. Yeah. Like this right here, normally, you know me, I'll just hit fast forward and go. But it's kind of like you kind of really got to see how this goes in. So I don't mean to bore you guys. I just don't want to miss anything that might be able to help you. All right. Like this right here, I don't care too much about right now. But it's got glue on it, so let's just leave it on here to hold it for us for now. You can always pull it away and then re-glue it, re-spray it again and re-glue it. So if you feel that you sprayed it on there and you waited too long, or you forget about it, you could just respray it again. If it's dry, just respray it again, and then it should hold pretty good. All right, so the back's in. Let's move around to the front. Okay. I'll do the same thing up here now. Here, let's see. See, I pulled it back tight back there. So now what I'll do, I'll take this and I'll do the same and pull it forward over here. But I'll make my marks. This way I'm not spraying the glue all over the place. So let me get started on that, okay? Hold on. Let's see if I can put you somewhere right here so you can see. I don't want to be in your way, so you can kind of get an idea. Okay. All right. Oh, it's so much easier without the glass in here. Holy cow. How about the same? Huh. All right. Let's grab the cardboard and this glue. See what we can do with it. I don't know how you big guys do this. I really don't. This is tight. There we go. Okay. This is awesome. That should do it. Okay, now we gotta wait a couple minutes. I usually wait about 5 minutes so it sets up, so it just grabs really, really good. And then oh, here, let me show you. This is what I use. It's got a little channel in there. You can use this right here. Whoop. For this right here. Runs all the way down. It works very well. So I had a bunch of it, but just straightening out and stuff, I probably just threw it right in the garbage. I got so much garbage in this garage. I just want to throw a lot of it out, but I can't because I still have 2 projects that are open, which is this car and the other car, which is Scraps and Cali. So once Scraps and Cali's done, I can take all the 69 stuff, extra parts that I have, Camaro, and I can put them in a box and put them up in the attic and get them out of my way. Because, here, let me show you. Because all of this right here, all of that, most of this is for Cali. A decent amount. And there's other parts in there too from other cars and stuff that I left out just in case I needed them for Cali. So now once we get Cali back and Scraps is done, we can clear this whole place out and start fresh on a Mustang. I know, it's a Mustang. Well, that's how you bring Chevy guys and Ford guys together. All right. Enough babbling. Let's see if this set up a little bit longer. Alrighty, I'm gonna wait another 5 minutes, so I'll be right back. Put you guys right over here so you can see a little bit better. It's really tough. I'm sorry guys, I'm doing my best. I'm trying not to miss anything. This way, if you decide to do one, you can see what's involved. There's so many people that are afraid to do headliners, and I don't think that, well, then again, I could say they're not that hard, and then at the end of this, you look at it and go, "Al, you did a terrible job." So, I got this here. I got one good. There, now I know that'll hold. Here we go. There we go. A little bit at a time. I say it all the time too, guys. You do these cars, you don't have to go crazy. I don't spend tons of time in the garage. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are times when I am out here for a long period of time. You know, I think the most I've ever worked out here was probably about 8 hours, if I had to guess. Because anything more than 8 hours, you're just going to burn yourself out, I think. So, we'll see if we can get this in. We're tooting along pretty good on this. What could possibly go wrong now? You know, I just got this new microphone. I think the thing is, you can hear every grunt and groan I make. It's ridiculous. So it's funny. You know, if I make a mistake, I'll show you. Hey, look, I messed up. And when I did this headliner, I have to say, I was so frustrated because I know what to look for, and I still made a mistake. Let me show you right now what it looks like so far. All right, so far we just got the front, we got the back. And it's slowly coming together. Now what I'll do is I'll glue that side, I'll stretch it that way, and when that dries, I'll do this side and stretch it this way. And then it should be pretty close to being finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that side. I'm going to hit the driver's side first. For some reason, I don't know why I always start on the driver's side. I'm going to hit the driver's side. We'll glue that. We'll let it set. Then we'll set it into place. We'll use this right here, the windlace, just to hold it for us. And then we'll come over here. All righty? So give me a minute, okay? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry I keep turning the camera off and turning it back on, but this video is going to be so long. I'm trying to keep it as short as I can, but not leave anything out, because it's just, you can't time lapse this. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to hit this right here, and we'll get this done. Now we'll hit the outside. Okay. We're getting there, a little bit at a time, but we are definitely getting there. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna have to wait, like I say, another 5 minutes. You know what I could do? Once I start putting this on, before I start putting this on, I'm gonna spray that. So while that's setting, then I'll do this side. All right, so we'll give this a couple minutes. And then we'll come back to this. All righty? Okay. While this is setting up, I just want to show you. I drew a line on this too. All of this is going to go away. We're going to cut all this away. So that's why I drew a line right there. So that's why I drew the line. So from that line up, that's where I'll hit the spray glue. So like I say, you're not just spraying it all over the place. So while that's setting up, we're going to do the same to this side. All righty, give me 1 second. All right. Just out of habit, I don't know why I do it. I just got to put the line. What do they say? If it's something that, if it works, why change it? So. You know what? We need the outside first. So I don't have to worry about holding this and being all sticky. Oh, shoot. Oh boy. All right, now we'll hit this one. Whew. All right, so while that's setting up now we can keep moving. Now we'll do this one right here. You know, I'm going to bring you around here. I'm trying not to put my back towards you. Okay. I think you can see now. All right. Oh, you know what I have? And I never use it, but I think I might need it on this. It's one of these tools right here. It tucks this in. Now's when you just tuck it in. It's a really handy tool, actually. I had gotten this tool in a car I purchased a long time ago, and it came with a full interior kit, and it came with the installation tools, which I thought was pretty good. It's a long time ago. Normally I use a one of those yellow body filler tools that spread the body filler. I usually use that plastic piece. That works good too, actually. I use that a decent amount of times. You give it a tug, and you just tuck it in. Toss another one in. There we go. Oh boy. Sometimes you might have to pull this back out. There we go. Now we got it. There it is. So far, so okay. All right. This tool works really well, actually. It's the first time I'm using it. It's one of those things you find sitting at the bottom of your toolbox, and you look at it 100 times. It's like, oh, one day I'll have a use for it. I actually had a use for it. We're getting there. We're slowly getting. I don't know where there is, honestly, but I heard it's a pretty nice place. So, all right. I think. Let me see what I can do with this here. All right, I'm going to leave this for when we finish this off. This is going to have to get cut. And then I have my razor knife. Do that. Okay, now we can go hit the other side. The other side should be pretty much set up, or close to it. So, here we go. Oh, let me see. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. It takes about, I guess about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than 5 minutes for this to set up. So, this is a great tool. I'm not going to put it in the bottom of my toolbox anymore. Oh, that's terrible. Right there. Here we go. There we go. All right. Not too bad, we're getting there. In a second, as soon as I get this in, I'll show you what it looks like so far. That's why I like leaving these last, like, you know, when I trim them away, because I hang on to this to stretch it. And you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to be a gorilla to do this. You know, I mean, look at the size of me. Yeah, but it's slowly coming together. I don't have. I ran out of clips. Okay. All right. I'll bring you in here. Oh, sorry about that. All right. So this is pretty much so far how it's looking. I just noticed I got to pull that down a little bit. So let me hit that now while it's still a little wet. Hopefully it's still a little wet. Oh, come here to me. Here we go. Oh. Okay. I know all the seatbelt brackets and everything go there, so that actually pulls it tighter. It'll get this little bit out right there with the seatbelt. Here's the 2 screws actually. So when you tighten them in, you put the bracket on, it'll tighten that up really good. So, I'm sorry, here. So I tucked this in over here. Sorry, the battery went dead on my phone just as I was doing this, so I put a quick charge on it. So that's this right here. This will eventually tuck away. We'll put the sail panel on, and this will tuck the sail panel in place. The sail panel clips in here, and it clips in here. It's got another clip here, and another clip here. Here's the old clip actually. That's got to come out. So we're going to do the same on that side right there, and that should pull all of anything that's left. And I don't have a heat gun, so it's got to be tight the first time. Let me see if you can see. Yeah, maybe I'll push over here. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Let me move the camera up so you don't see that light. Okay. Now what we'll do here, we have to pull this down and over. So what we're going to do, I'm going to hit this with some glue, and we'll finish getting this done. Spray this. All right. We'll let that set for a minute. Right there. And what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to turn my phone off, because I use my phone for all this. I don't use a GoPro or anything like that. So I'm going to use my, I'm just going to charge my phone. Give me a minute, okay? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I guess we'll set this in place now. We'll give it a little stretch. There we go. There we go. Bring this one down. There we go. This should hopefully work. Here we go. Now I need this right here. We'll get this here, and that should do it. Whoop, I'm gonna need that. Alrighty, let's get this. Here we go. Let's tuck this in there. And that, you know, I'm gonna cut this. It's funny, the first time I cut one of these headliners right there, and that's really the only way you're gonna get it to make this turn. I was like, oh boy, I hope I don't ruin this. There we go. There it is. All right, I think we can get this now. Yep. And that's it. Come on. So close. We're so close. Oh. All right. Let's get rid of this. This goes right here. Oh, there we go. That should do it. Oh, we just got to trim away some stuff now. Okay, we got all the ripples out. Okay, I'm okay with that. I really am. All right, so let's take a look. Here it is. All right, what I'm thinking now is I'm going to put this trim on right there, and then we'll set the sail panels and stuff like that, and we'll finish off this headliner. Okay, let's get started on that. All right, guys, we're going to throw the sail panel on. Here it is right here, and this is how the clips go on. So if you were to take this panel and put it in place, this is the way it's going to go in. So if you fold it down like this, that's how the clips go on. They clip from the top down. On both here, top down, and on the bottom it clips back. Alrighty, so I'm going to throw this in there, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like on the other side of the sail panel right there. And then this right here, this wraps around the same way we did the headliner into the channel right here. Alright, so we'll start on that, and we'll bang out this one, we'll bang out the other one. The other one I can do on a time lapse. Alrighty, because I know this is a long video, I just didn't want to leave anything out, and I'm sorry if I did. Alright, so let's set this up here. So we have the sail panel. Just like that. I hope. I'm guessing here. Oh, let me show you before I put this in. Oh, these are the holes that you're looking for right here. Here, and here, and this one right here. Those are the holes that you're looking for. And this right here, they don't use this. The only year that used this was 1967. That's where they put the rear, not vanity, I don't know if they called them vanity lights, but they gave you a light back here and a light back here on the Rally Sport package, like the deluxe interior package and stuff like that. So, but that was it. They only used that for 1 year. After that, they never used it. They just covered it up. But they still left all the tabs. So these panels, they're all the same, like from 67 to 69. They're all the same. They didn't change them. So, all right, enough babbling. Let's get this in. Here we go. I hope it goes in. I hope so. Wait a minute. All right. And that's it. I'll set this in to here. Now we should be able to get this piece of molding in place. That's the wrong way. This should be able to go in right here. Whoops, sorry guys. Keep doing it there. Let's get this out. Take all that windlays out. Oh, sorry guys. All right, I hope you can still see this. Okay. Here we go. All right. We'll set the other one in. I'm just going to throw the other one in. I'm not going to videotape it because this video is just so long. But you kind of see the way this one goes in, this sail panel. So I'm just going to bang out the other one really fast, okay? I'll be right back. All right. So we got the sail panels in. They're all set. Back into the corners. I'm just going to trim that. I'm going to trim all of this away. The same on that side right there. And we're just about done setting this headliner. So I just want to do the back window trim that runs along there. And I made a mistake. Before I put this in, this has to all be painted and detailed out. So now I got to be careful. But I mean, I could just put some tape on there or something like that, but it would have been nice. It would have been so much easier just to zip away and not have to worry about touching the sail panels. But not too bad. I'm putting a new dome light in. So hopefully we'll have that. Maybe my parts guy drop that off today, and then we'll be 100% done with the headliner today. I mean, the headliner is done. I mean, other than, just trimming it away and stuff. So let me just trim this away. Then we'll go over the whole thing. And that's basically all you need to do to install a headliner. Okay? So I'll be right back. Oh, I better get my glasses for this one. That'd be just my luck. Okay. Okay guys, headline is done. I don't have that piece of trim right there. I thought I had it. So I just have to have my parts guy drop it off. But there you go. It's all done. I still have to put the seat belts in and everything, and I know where all the screws are. Could you imagine trying to find those screws now? The screw holes? You know, you run, look, I know this one here and one here. Another one here and here. Another one here and here. It makes it so much easier to find those screw holes. It's amazing. So the only thing that's left to do is I need that piece of trim. But before that, you know, I can still detail this out right over there. I have this front piece of trim on that could go on, but I want to put the reverse. I want to put the rear view mirror in, and it's just easy to put the rear view mirror in and everything like that without that being in your way. But that's about it. This is what it took to do a headliner. Realistically, you know, I could do a headliner probably in about 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. I could do one. But, you know, I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So, you know, it took me most of the day, actually. And I don't mind it. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything that might help you. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You know, it's the end of the day. I might keep chugging along a little bit, but if I do, I'll add it to a video tomorrow because this video is just so long. So, like I say, it's the end of the day. We got the headliner done. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. And you guys take care of yourselves.